gas explosion on Sunday afternoon tore through the Orisunmibare Market in Orile-Iganmu area of Lagos State, leaving a trail of destruction and panic among traders and residents. The fire reportedly started around 2:13 p.m. at a gas retail outlet where several cylinders of different sizes were stored. Within minutes, the flames engulfed nearby shops, destroying goods worth millions of naira. Eyewitnesses said many traders fled in panic as the blaze spread rapidly across the congested market. Fortunately, no lives were lost, though one person sustained a minor hand injury. The director of the Lagos State Fire and Rescue Service, Margaret Adeseye, confirmed that fire crews arrived swiftly and contained the inferno before it could spread further. In a related incident, firefighters also responded to a petrol tanker accident along the Apapa-Oshodi Expressway near the Bega car depot. The 33,000-litre tanker had collided with several vehicles, spilling its contents. Adeseye said timely intervention by the Ajegunle and Ijegun Egba fire stations prevented a second disaster, adding that the remaining fuel was safely transferred and recovered, and the recovery of the damaged vehicle was on the way. I want to give you a little bit of a background into a situation before we dive into this. So around the place I have my pedicure done, it's a fleet of shops. 2 months ago, I noticed someone got the free store there, and when I went some other time, because you don't usually do your pedicure all the time, when I went there some other time, I noticed that there was a gas, someone that's is refilling, doing the gas refill from the shop. Right. So he has lots of cylinders. People are coming to refill, their gas cylinders. He has the big one he turns over to refill for the people right there. He has a lot of things going on. Now, this is the kicker for me with this report. I have been, it's a salon and a pedicure place. I have had my hair done in that place for maybe 5 years. But the last time I went to get these braids done in that store, I like them because of efficiency, pretty fast and all. Now,
I can tell from how you look.
Thank you. Now, because of how fast you just get all your things done and you leave, they have lots of workers there. When I saw that, it took me, while I was, having my hair done, I think he was trying to refill the gas. There's this, you smell the gas. It hits your nostrils real hard to the point that, you start feeling this burn. And I've been telling myself I'm not going to return to that shop because now being in this line of work, I can side back easily to the incident that happened at Orazi. When you think about that, and the ease at which people can, rent a simple kiosk shop. The one in Orazi was even a container shop where lots of people died. Lots of families lost people. In fact, I know of a family that lost the grandfather, right, and 4 of the grandchildren in that particular incident. The man has he has a son.
That's just about a year or so ago.
Yes, just about a year ago. He has a son, so his son's children were dropped off with him. So they were moving along that place when that happened. The grandfather and the 4 children of that family were lost in that particular incident. When you think about that, what are your thoughts on this report?
I think our first or second story will talk about safety culture.
Right.
We may have restricted that story to that particular organization, but if you look at our society very well, safety culture seems to be a nascent thing. I mean, for many people, it doesn't even exist. They don't have safety culture, both as individuals, in their family, and all that. Ordinarily, things like gas, fuel station, and some other, industries, business, are not supposed to be cited just anywhere. You get a permit. I'm going to cite this business here, and the authorities look at it to know if this business is worthy of being cited. I mean, you don't have a gas refilling station where people like you near a hair salon. If I'm not mistaken, some of the hairs you guys make, there's a place you introduce naked fire to.
Oh yes.
Yeah, and if anything goes wrong, like you perceiving the smell of the gas, and you can imagine if that naked fire is being use, because I mean, this guy has his shop here fueling gas, this other person has his salon here doing hair, maybe the other person even have a salon there, a restaurant they are cooking, and there is no coordination of activities whatsoever. That okay, while we are this, don't do this. This person can be in his own apartment using his business, that involves using naked fire. And this guy
we use naked fire because for every time you make the hair, they even have to boil hot water on another area.
And this guy is here filling gas, and there is a leakage or an explosion. It attracts. I mean,
split seconds.
The story changes. That if the person survives, and if the person even goes, that's not the end of it. There are probably mothers, fathers that would grieve, that would live the rest of their life grieving. So it's unfortunate we don't have a safety culture in this country. Like this is market. I know Orile-Iganmu very well. That's a place I can tell with the palm of my hand. I know the Orisunmibare Market. I know the Bale Street. I know this place is very well. I know how populated. I mean, populated is an understatement, for lack of a better word. If you know Lagos very well, Lagos is generally populated.
Right.
In places like Orile, the population, there is no saying that it's highly populated. Then you can imagine what the market would be like there. And then you have a gas station there. Thank God if what the Lagos State Fire person said isn't, or emergency rescue person, thank God Lagos State is even developing a kind of emergency culture now, which is still largely missing in many states. I mean, even here we are, many other states I know, they don't have a fire service system worthy of the name. They don't have an emergency service system worthy of the name emergency. If things like this happen, the victims are just in the hands of God.
Now,
you see it in Nigeria.
What bodies are meant to be put in place to track this small-scale gas sale shops? Because now, when you look at it, are we going to say it is the fault of the owner of the shop or the business that
government, if the government have done what they should do very well, like I talk about regulation, even something as little as a beer parlor, hotels should be regulated. And putting up a building here, the first step before even the foundation is dug is an approval. What is this building going to be used for? Is it fit for this place? And even if I tell them I'm going to be molding human beings here and deviate from it to do something else, the approval agency, the monitoring agency should stop me, because you are moving away from what you said that building was going to be used for. So if government do their part very well, we won't have some of these issues. Then specifically with petroleum retail product, there is a body that regulates, that gives approval even for filling stations. The last time there was an accident, I think there was a time at somewhere at Trumodma, you wanted to buy, they are conscious of the PR people, coming around because they were sealing up places. The last time the Orazi fire, typical of the Nigerian system, the River State government made some, blowing hot and cold about it and how to regulate. Unfortunately, after that, now, do these people provide service to society? No doubt about it, they do. But at what cost? The thing about accidents is that they don't happen every day. But if they happened once, even if it is once in a decade, they could be life-changing. The traumatic experience may live with everybody involved. Let me give you an example. Growing up in Lagos, there was a fire incident within my neighborhood that consumed 4 to 5 streets. As I talk to you now, I remember back in the day, I did a writing on that fire incident now. Till date, I still remember that. Till date, there are people who never recovered from that. Never mind what they tell you that life normalcy have returns. That's one of the biggest lies we tell in this country. There are some people who, once that incident or accident happens, normalcy never ever returns.
Right.
The guy who lost his father and mother, or like the family who lost 4 of their children and their grandfather, how would normalcy return to that family? Well, how do you define normalcy? So so the government has. If also we have building approval and all that, this building was put up for business, for example, a shopping plaza, what kind of business you do here, you state it clearly. You probably would have been told that, okay, this kind of business cannot go on here. Then if you go against that, there should be some form of sanction. But with that enlightenment, the landlord will probably know that this business cannot be here. But we have such things are missing. The landlord may be driven by greed. If this guy doing this retail business is going to pay good money, he collects the money. He may even be driven by the fact that we don't have a gas retailer here, then I'm going to help the society. Rounds. Unfortunately, we don't have a system that check these things.